right, here come the Wildcats up onto the Memorial Stadium field in Berkeley. And you see the left number for both records, 4 wins each, Yogi. And look, today's college football, it's just the real deal. 6 is the first bar you jump at. And neither of these clubs played the bowl last year, so you get 6 this year, you feel good. Cal, though, having to replace some significant pieces. And for more on that, let's go down to Jill Savage.
That's absolutely right, Ted. Cal is coming off the best defensive performance of the season. 9 sacks, 7 turnovers against that Washington State offense. But they will be without one of their biggest stars. Linebacker Devontae Towns will be out for the remainder of the season. And how big is that loss for the Bears? He leads the Bears in 5 categories: tackles, interceptions, sacks, forced fumbles, and fumble recoveries. And oh yeah, he's been named the Pac-12 Defensive Player twice already this season. Head coach Justin Wilcox says it has to be the next man up for the Bears, whether that's one person or a collective group of people taking over Devontae's workload. And he's the 8th player with a season-ending injury for Cal thus far. So those injuries mounting up. Guys, I saw them all hobbling out here on the field just before the game in all their sweats, but we'll have to see how this defense goes without Devontae Downs.
Yeah, that's so true, Jill. The football's a game of attrition. Year in, year out for every school, every program, and that's what's bit Cal. As Cal kicks off, they won the toss and deferred. Was kicked down by Terrell Johnson of Arizona for the touchback. And the challenge for that Cal defense, Devontae Downs, by PFF College's grading, was the highest graded defensive player for the Cal team. Now they've got to operate against this guy without him.
It's a great point. A gifted player, and not only was he producing on the field, Ted, but it was the communication side of it, getting everyone lined up. And against Khalil Tate, this is an Arizona offense that's going to want to go really fast, force Cal to not have a lot of intricate looks. You watch Cal when they've had success this year, they've been able to mix up their defensive calls. Watch early on if they can do that.
So right away, the give from that mesh point. The give is to Wilson. Nick Wilson, the running back, who had a 135 and 2 touchdowns against UCLA last Saturday. Cal stops that for a short gain.
Well, I really think James Looney needs to have a game. You know, if you want to hurt the zone read game, you know, basketball on grass, the triple ops, however you want to describe Arizona's offense, the interior defensive line has to play big for Cal.
There's time Tate. Boy, nice gap up the right side. And we talk about difference makers here for Arizona's offensive side, presented by Wendy's.
Yeah, well, we already talked about James Looney, but Bryce Wolma, I think the tight ends are going to play a big role for both of these teams. Bryce Wolma, true freshman.
And toss it here on the fly sweep, and that's going to be a good tackle to save a first down by the man who was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week last week, Jordan Kanashik, as he drops J.J. Taylor.
Well, they want to get J.J. Taylor involved in this ball game early on. I mean, you talked to the staff throughout the week, and we met with Jordan Kanashik yesterday. He said, look, bottom line, everyone has to step their game up just 1/11th to replace Devontae Downs, the injured player that Jill just referenced.
So Vic Wharton is back to return the punt. Jake Gladding, the punter for the Wildcats. Not a lot of height on that one, but a fair catch taken by Wharton. So a good drive start for Cal on its first possession with Ross Bowers. See his numbers last week in the win against Washington State, and the highlight, the passing went right out the window because of the rush touchdown.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to him yesterday, and he said, look, bottom line, first 3 weeks of the season, he was studying incredibly well. And then in those 3 losses, he said, you know, he had to recommit himself to the craft, to the film. Him, the quarterback's coach, Marcus Tuiasosopo, went to work. It's the most efficient game a week ago.
How about this? Going to run a little option, and that Arizona's all over that. And Vic and Wary will be run out of bounds for a loss. Dane Cruikshank was on that first. Colin Schooler finishes.
Well, if there's one thing that Arizona's going to be good at defending, it's some sort of option football, yeah. Right? I mean, they see it all of the time with their offense.
So Cal tried to run something different on first down, and Arizona snuffed it out. Loss of 4. 4 rush, and nice throw to Wharton. Wharton still running. Tracked down, but not until he crosses the Arizona 35.
Really nice job by Ross Bowers, understanding where the holes are in the zone.
And right away, Cal fires, and Bowers, boy, he threw that one just beyond the reach of a defender who was in the pass zone, Wilborn, but it's incomplete.
Check out the previous play on the right side of your screen. Great job of Ross Bowers understanding where Tony Fields, number one right there, the linebacker in the middle of the screen. He was a dropper from a defensive end position. He found the hole in the zone, and when you run slant routes, a lot of times against athletic defenses, you want to hit the second window. Exactly what he did.
36 yards on that big play. Now the second down run by Enwere, and he bangs his way down near the 25 of Arizona as we see the difference makers presented by Wendy's.
Well, Kanavai Noah on third down has been Ross Bowers' best friend. He's gone to him 16 times on third down throughout the season. Tony Fields, we just mentioned, he's a true freshman, but you know what? That's over with. You've played half of the season. You're one of the leading tacklers on the team, one of the most athletic players at that position in the conference. He's got to continue to play at that high level today, specifically with 99 Malik Morris running in between the hashes.
There's Morris now. He's going to shift. Jordan Duncan is the wide receiver, but the give goes to Laird, and flying in from the secondary nicely. There's Demetrius Flanagan Foles. And that's going to leave Cal third down.
They like this heavy set, and it's going to force the young players to play really physical. Then those safeties, you mentioned Flanagan Fowles. You're going to have to fit that run, fit those gaps. Done a nice job throughout the majority of this season.
So the Bears face another third and 4.
They love running corner routes down here. 17, Vic Wharton.
Wharton slot right, middle blitz is picked up, slant throw. Wharton has it, first and goal, Cal. So Arizona brought an extra man up the gut. Cal picked it up.
They do a really nice job. Ross Bowers are understanding where the weaknesses are in the defense. They bring pressure. You kind of want to throw at pressure sometimes, the middle of the field. And I think man-to-man coverage with the loss of Scotty Young doesn't make the trip for Arizona. Their star freshman safety all of a sudden try to pick on Troy Young. Another true freshman playing a lot this afternoon.
So first and goal for Cal. Laird, the running back. Bacon on the Statue of Liberty kid. What a play. What a play for the Cal touchdown. Beautifully done. Somewhere Bo Baldwin is smiling on that sideline. This is great.
You think they're going to throw the fake? Nope, see you later. Beautiful job from Patrick Laird. The O-line sells it, gets a little pickup from Kanavai Noah, tosses to the ref, toss the keys to the crowd. 6.
You know who else will smile in his way when he sees that?
Chris Peterson. That's exactly.
We're thinking the same thing.
A protege is Justin Wilcox from Boise State.
That's great stuff. Oh, you just love seeing. Yes, football still has creativity in the run game. As that kickoff is knocked down by Terrell Johnson. So here goes Tate to the air. Look at that, right away to Bryce Walma. Now again in the little bit of time. Now is that ball free? Let's see. What's the ruling on the field? Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Cal. And the guy's been around the ball, taking over for Devontae Downs, 41, Garen Brown.
Well, the hustle by Garen Brown is extremely impressive because he gets beat on the run-pass option, knows it by Walma, instantly turns around, sprints to the ball. When you fly to the ball, Ted, and that's what this Cal defense has done throughout the majority of this season, good things happen. A tackle right on the ball, impressive job.
Is his left arm down? I mean, obviously, we're in an era now where everything like this gets stopped and looked at, and I think there'll be a question here whether Walma's left arm is down.
Ashton Davis on the tackle.
Boom, right there. I think he's down.
After review, the receiver caught the ball and was down. It will be Arizona's ball, 1st and 10, on the 44-yard line. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 8:47. 8:47. Thank you.
And so now back to the original point, which was that in his small body of work, Tate's throwing the ball nicely. And they're connecting with a freshman, Walma, who had a terrific block game last week, but is showing he can receive.
Such a young team. A lot of explosive elements attacking where Devontae Downs will be playing.
All right, there's a big hole up the middle for Taylor. So J.J. Taylor runs it. Good first down gain across midfield.
And again, they want to get J.J. Taylor involved trying to split the reps between he and Nick Wilson. Call them co-starters. They're going to rotate by series throughout the majority of this ball game.
And Tate here with the key on the outside. One missed tackle, which is the devastating thing if that happens a lot. Cameron Bynum up there, and it's Justin Wilcox talked to us yesterday, but a lot of this is one-on-one battles.
Well, I mean, just in the last 2 weeks, he's got 12 forced missed tackles, and his lower body, Ted, is so strong. He runs right through arm tackles. It's why he's taken the nation by storm over the last 2 ball games.
Well, think about this. Cameron Bynum listed at 180. Tate has lost weight this year to get to 215.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a mismatch just in that sense. And it's a first down for Arizona. This time Bynum, the ball's kept by Tate. So there's a very good pullback. And Tate runs into the Cal 30 for another first.
I think the biggest quality of Khalil Tate is his instinctiveness. In the zone read, you want to keep the fake as long as you can, and then last minute, you pull exactly what you did in the last snap.
Look at a 3-receiver bunch to the short side, and a big gash, and Taylor's gone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Taylor, not a hand on him. Out of that intriguing formation, the 3-receiver bunch to the short side of the field.
They're going to pull a linebacker out to the bunch set, and watch all the linebackers. They're going to slow down a little bit because they're waiting to see what number 14 Khalil Tate's going to do, and all of a sudden, J.J. Taylor's into the second, third layer of the defense, untouched to the end zone.
Well, that is a wonderful answer for Arizona with the help of the replay that changed a potential turnover, possible turnover. And Arizona takes the fullest advantage of the correct call. And J.J. Taylor's touchdown run ties it. And Ashton Davis will down that kick. So Cal goes empty. A longer first down play. Can Bowers get some back? Yes, he does.
Great job by the offensive line, picking up the pressure. Ross Bowers standing in the pocket, finding the window, throwing to the opposite shoulder where the defender is. Impressive catch to flow with the ball is Brandon Singleton.
Yeah. Singleton getting a chance to get a run in here, and that gets most of the penalty yardage back. Second down and 12. Out of Lair is the outlet. And Cruikshank, pretty active first quarter already for Arizona. He had Laird pinned on the sideline. And that will leave Cal with a third down and a long 7.
Yeah, Cruikshank probably the most surprising player for this Arizona defense outside of the freshman, obviously, but he's moved around different positions. There's a corner coming in. They said, let's move him to that spur position, kind of multifaceted, hybrid type player. They move him all over the field.
All right, so now 5 wide again for Cal. 5 blocking 4, enough time. Noah is the third down receiver, just as Yogi pointed out. Kanawai Noah.
This is a really nice job from Cal offensively. They understand that it's going to be double coverage right there. That's a bracket coverage on Kanawai Noah. That means a player has the inside and a player has the outside. And Cal says, you know what? Let's not even get to the outside defender. Throw it in front of the linebacker, Brandon Rudd. An impressive job by Bo Baldwin and Kanawai Noah, understanding the spacing, most importantly, the timing of the route.
Noah, we spoke with him yesterday, and he did a great job of outlining how much he and his fellow guys watched all of the NFL wide receivers that played here the last couple of years. Now here comes Arizona, and they finally get him. That's Finton Connolly that gets through to Zach Bowers.
Really impressive job by that defensive front, because if Connolly doesn't get in there and pressure from the outside from DeAndre Miller, it's going to be a touchdown up the seam to Malik McMorris.
That's what's amazing. Malik McMorris was running, and Yogi almost hit me in the face because he wanted Bowers to throw the ball down there. Bowers just was denied. So once again, Cal going with no back. Nice job here to Wharton. And Wharton will leave Cal with a longer third.
You know, an interesting storyline here is Marcel Yates, the defensive coordinator for Arizona. He was at Boise State. Justin Wilcox, as we know, was the defensive coordinator at Boise State. They've been trained in playing a variety of different styles of defense so they can change the picture for the offense, but they're really just playing the same base concepts, base coverage, base pressures. It just looks different almost every snap to the quarterback, whether it's three-man front, or right now you're seeing 7 guys at the line of scrimmage for Arizona's defense.
So Cal needs 10. Here comes pressure. Nice job, Bowers. He spun away from the sack attempt by Colin Schooler, but misfires on the throw. And so Arizona dials up pressure on third down to force what's we expect to be a punt.
Well, it's where the pressure's coming from. You see Tony Fields right there. Where's he going to come? No, he punches out, looks up Conavai Noah right there, and that's where Ross Bowers wants to go. Nothing there. A great job of disguising this is what the pressure is. Oh, that's not the reality. Impressive job from the true freshman Tony Fields.
So Cal will punt it away. That punt's going to the far sideline and not very far. So Clump didn't hit that one as well as he'd like. Let's see where they mark this after they do the geometry alignment. It comes right to the 20-yard line. Now that's Justin Wilcox before the game, obviously on the field, and as Arizona's first down run gets them about 4. What the guy Justin was talking to and really referencing there is a great Arizona. I mean, Chuck Cecil was one of the greats in Arizona football history. Also went on in the NFL. He's back with the Arizona football program now.
Yeah, head of player development, former defensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans.
Look at Tate. Look at this. Watch out. Look at the speed. There's only an angle. No. Tate's gone. 76 yards. How many times can he do that? Arizona hopes forever.
Well, you heard Justin Wilcox. He said, your quarterback's been giving me nightmares. Well, add this one to the list for every other defensive coach in the Pac-12. Khalil Tate makes it look easy, Ted. He's such a dynamic athlete. Looks like he's just gliding, and he's that much faster, that much more explosive. You give him a lane, and he's going to take 6.
76 yards. Rich Rodriguez didn't want to hear it when I asked him in our conversation this week. I said, what does it feel like to know you can score from any place on the field? That's what Khalil Tate's done in 3 games.
Explosive nightmares for Cal right now. He makes everybody else who's extremely athletic look like they're not that athletic because he's that special.
Arizona does a nice job there of bottling up Laird on the run. It's Arizona answering Patrick Laird's touchdown with 2 of their own and more Khalil Tate magic. Tidewad Hill's got probably a good 50, 60 people up on Tidewad Hill today. Going to load him up again, and Arizona don't let him go anywhere. And this is key for Arizona to try to stop, because the last 2 weeks, Arizona's won games, but the opponents have run well against them.
Yeah, and Cal knows they need to dictate terms, and it starts with them in the run game. You know, we talked targeting before the break. Well, Parker Zellers, he had a targeting a week ago against UCLA, so that defensive lineman is not able to play in the first half. You don't see a lot of the rotation we're used to seeing on the defensive front from Arizona.
Yeah, Zellers will be back for the second half. He can't even be, as Yogi was saying, can't even be on the sideline. He has to be in the locker room during the first. And there's a ball not held. That would have been a first down. And that's Cal trying to go to its freshman tight end, Gavin Reinwald from Elk Grove in the Sacramento area.
And he's usually been pretty impressive on the season. Great job by Ross Bowers. A spot throw just right into the breadbasket and a drop, and Jarius Wallace all over him.
Well, the first half, as it's played out, we've only played a quarter in a minute. Hasn't had any flow at all. We've had a lot of stoppages, obviously 2 targeting disqualifications. Cal hasn't had anything going since their first touchdown. A fair catch on the punt. That will give the ball to Arizona when they come back. Going to hand it to Johnson on the end around. Well, more speed, and Terrell Johnson using it all the way down to the Cal 31.
Well, here's the reality right now for Arizona. Rich Rodriguez's offense. Nick Wilson potentially out. J.J. Taylor gone. So who are your playmakers where you can get the ball in space? Tyrell Johnson is that. He might be the fastest player. Lucky Cal didn't get 15 thrown out at the end of that one.
Yeah, Evan Weaver took him out deeper into the sideline. That's first down now at the Cal 31.
The point being for Cal on defense now, it becomes a matchup style game. You tackle 14, make him give on all the zone replays.
See Tate, good tackle by Franklin. Right up there on Shun Brown as he got the ball. That's the first touch for Shun Brown.
They love the bunch.
How many times do we see Chip Kelly run that play at Oregon, right? Hopefully you get 2 block 2 and the receiver gets to run a little bit.
Exactly, and it's a run play. Yeah. That's how offensive coaches look at that.
Tony Ellison slot right. Walma is the tight end. Leading the way with a nice block, but James Looney fights his way through to make that big stop. Tate is down, no loose ball. And a flag comes in late.
The ruling on the field is that the quarterback was down. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 11 defense, half the distance to the goal line. That's an automatic first down.
That's a good call. Quarterback down. And again, they think the ball's down. But right there at the end, that's where I get it. It's hard, but like this Cal defense has been more disciplined than that throughout this season.
Hamilton on Hawaii was the one who flew in and hit, and that forced that flag to be thrown. So it's first down Arizona at the Cal 13. Green runs it. Look at this. Zach Green, third running back. Touchdown, Arizona.
Ted, we talk so much about Khalil Tate. We got to start talking about this offensive line. Are you kidding me? Jacob Alshadek, the right guard. Incredibly impressive, really physical. Green doesn't even touch until he gets to the goal line. And in this scheme, you look at the last 2 weeks on film, they've been dominant up front. A physical game. Hey, it's been next man up. Mr. Zach Green, next man up. Touchdown, Arizona.
Here's your Buick scoring drive for Arizona. Just 5 plays to go 69 yards, but the obvious little nugget there at the bottom. 2 just damaging penalties by Cal.
Crucial. I mean, the PI, you can debate that all day long, as we always do on that play, but the late hit personal foul kept the drive moving.
And there was a defensive offside. It was actually a third penalty. It was a defensive offside on Looney that was 5 free yards. And those are the ones, those little ones really hurt you. Ashton Davis is coming out with this. And he won't make the 20-yard line. Good cover there by Arizona. The way Cal went down the field early in the game. Laird on the swing takes it out for a 7-yard first down gain.
And if I'm Cal right now, I'm attacking the middle of this field. I'm forcing the safeties to make plays, specifically specifically Mr. Wallace, Jarius Wallace, who's now subbing in for the ejected Troy Young.
Flanagan fouls, and Wallace now the safeties. Can Cal make Arizona pay? They give it to Laird again. And he did get outside, but a good job sticking up there. Lorenzo Burns did a nice job, and that's so much a part of that cornerback position is how do you play in run support? Burns does that nicely.
And their defensive coordinator, Marcel Yates, is coaching the corners.
Yeah.
This is a guy who, as the DC, coached linebackers last year, but the majority of his career, 16 years of it, was coaching corners. Excited to get back. And that group might be the most impressive group defensively for this team.
Well, Laird did get a first down. Here comes a swing out of the backfield, and Cal going a little deeper into its backfield. Zion Eccles, freshman, running back, starting to get some time here.
And you can see every play that Bo Baldwin is calling, he's getting the ball in the playmakers' hands, explosive type players. And when Eccles or Conavino go out like they are on this snap, they go heavy, they bring in their tight ends. Keep an eye on Malik McMorris and Kyle Wells. I think McMorris is a big advantage, just because he's kind of got that sneaky athleticism against young linebackers, inexperienced in the play-action game.
McMorris, 99. He's on the right flank of the offensive line. Blocking here is Laird. Arizona does a nice job, though, and Laird is held to a 1-yard gain. That was a well done. That was Miller that got through. DeAndre Miller disrupts this play right there.
And think about being DeAndre Miller right now. 50-year senior. He's the guy who was on his way to media day in the summer, got injured in summer workouts. Here comes Kylan Wilborn, won that job.
So now Cal facing a third. 5 receivers. 4 rush for Cal. Quick throw. That's a great catch. Noah kept his concentration on it after Colin Schooler tipped the ball.
Keep finding Kanawai Noah in between the hash. It's huge advantage. You want to put Colin Schooler on Kanawai Noah, go ahead. And if I'm Bo Baldwin, I'm coming back to that same play down after down. And really, whether it's Vic Wharton or Noah, I think it's advantage putting even Gavin Reinwald in there. I think that's where Cal can make some hay here.
Yeah. Well, Colin Schooler almost made hay. He could have had a pick there. And that's the danger. So Cal's gotten away with 2 here that could have been intercepted just the last couple of throws. They still have the ball now. Can they finish this drive?
Yeah, and it's going to be fun because this is where you want to test them. They come back in with their spread offense, their 4 wide receiver package right here, and they're going to force Colin Schooler, Tony Fields to keep making plays. Jarius Wallace to be tested in the secondary. And again, look at the slot, top of your screen. There's Kanawai Noah. I'd again identify him. Force Arizona to bracket coverage, double coverage, number 9.
And boy, that's a good read there by Bowers because they went back and they doubled Wharton. Or excuse me, they doubled Noah off the line of scrimmage, and they went outside to Wharton, and now we get extras after the play. And so this first half has had some chippiness, and it's cost both teams. But that was good recognition, wasn't it, by Ross Bowers?
Great recognition and trust in his eyes post-snap.
Noah in the slot. Second defender went with him.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 7 defense. Half the distance to the goal line, first down.
And that's a tough call because at Colin Schooler, he's getting a little bit of an elbow early on.
Wharton's kneeing him too.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a little shoving, yeah.
And there's a little acting going on, I think. But overall, you can't do anything. You know, and you're right. We saw it in the previous drive. Cal hurt themselves. Arizona goes in and score. This drive, Arizona's hurt themselves. Cal's gotten lucky on 2 plays that potentially could have been picks. But clearly not a clean game thus far in the first half.
All right, so back to the red zone now go the Bears at the Arizona 13. And Wary behind Bowers. Can he make something up here? Improv play. He's going to gain some yardage. So that is a nice job. Ross Bowers turns a missed play into +5.
Well, poor snap from Addison Ohms. Ross Bowers is the nice thing, not trying to make something out of nothing down here in the red zone. Saw it earlier in the day. Sam Ellinger of Texas just threw it away in the red zone, trying to just make a play. It was picked. They lose the ball game in overtime. So managing situations in the red zone, it's touchdown, check down if you're the quarterback.
See the first down line to gain at the 3.
Follow 99, Malik McMorris.
There it is. Here is Nweri trying to run behind McMorris and the left side of that line, but Arizona stuffs it. So again, Cal would like to think they can just line up here and run, but Arizona's putting up some resistance in the first half.
If I'm Cal, they've had the majority of their success running to the right. Remember Patrick McCarry, he's out the left tackle. A little reshuffled offensive line on the left side.
Well, Justin Wilcox has to be thinking ahead here. It's third down. Again, they have a first down available at the 3. Already their 9th third down play.
Kanawai Noah in the slot. Find him. I'm Ross Bowers.
Duncan is the middle man in the 3 to the bottom. Bowers coming back, looking to the post, picked. Well, the second interception for Arizona in the first half. Jarius Wallace playing that post and saves the day for the Wildcats.
This is a beautiful job from Jarius Wallace. Stepping in for Troy Young. Big play, momentum shifting play for Arizona. He sees Kanawai Noah. Bowers throws it up, tries to make a play. Poor job, eye discipline by him. All of a sudden, pick in the red zone.
That was a 75-yard drive by Cal. The 15th play ends up as an end zone turnover. So the Bears come up empty, and now Arizona back. And remember, this is their third running back, Zach Green, running. Nick Wilson, we haven't seen since the first quarter. Jill was on top of that. J.J. Taylor, number 2 back, disqualified on a blindside block violation. Zach Green, 27 carries coming into the game. He's going to get a bunch tonight. Look at that cross to the left. And there's a saving tackle. Don't know if he was going to go all the way, but he would have been close had it not been for Cameron Bynum.
Well, he's defined when you talk to the staff as the big back. It looks like the elusive back finds a hole. Nice job of that offensive line again. Christian Betcher, the left guard, giving him a little bit of a crease. Lucky didn't take it to the house, but you're right, Ted. He's going to get a lot of carries tonight. Be interesting to see how they utilize he and true freshman Nathan Tilford if we see him at all.
It's an 18-yard run for Green. And there's Green. And he broke 2. So Garen Brown had the first hit at him, but it took the third man to drop him. And the other part of this Tate thing, Yogi, we've talked about it. It's been part of defensing the read option, zone read. You hit the quarterback.
Yeah.
Defenses hit the quarterback. The quarterback is not protected in the zone read game. And we haven't seen Tate get hit in the first half.
The coaches said they wanted to educate him on that part of it. Hey, know when to get down, know when not to lower your shoulder. You go back and you watch film on him early in the season, he'd be lowering his shoulder.
Now it is a design run for Tate. Man, I'm telling you, we're seeing it live, and it's so noticeable after watching 2 tapes of him. He has a gear. We saw it on the 76-yard run. You see it here. He has a gear that shocks you when you see it, right?
Well, I'll be honest.
Acceleration. Wow.
There's no reason why Khalil Tate, with what he's done over the last 2 and almost half games, he's not a dark horse Heisman Trophy discussion. Just because of what he's been doing, he's been that dominant, you have to talk about him a little bit.
Maybe our second half conversation here. So Arizona diving a little bit deeper into its running back core. Brandon Leon on the carry. Brandon's a sophomore, Goodyear, Arizona. So on third down, smothered there. The Cal defense does a nice job stopping at the 25. And excuse me, that was second down. Now it is third down. But Arizona going to end the half on this possession. Well played by the Wildcats.
And interesting how they're utilizing the clock here.
All right, there goes the fake. Tate's going to keep the ball. And Tate will get run down from behind. He wasn't able to get free. And Arizona will now obviously play for this last kick attempt and 3 more points before halftime. Cameron Good tracking them down.
It's just an interesting strategy here under a minute. You know, obviously Arizona took their time on this drive. Never really, in my eyes, thought touchdown, at least in the passing game, as they stayed in that 2 tight end personnel, ran the football all the way down. Be interesting to see as this game plays out in the second half, the decision to say, okay, we're going to commit to going for 3 here instead of opening up the arm a little bit of Khalil Tate.
And the kick is on its way, and it is no good. He left it out. Just didn't have a little draw on that kick from the left hash mark. So Cal
got to get a little more pressure on the quarterback. We've done a pretty good job so far, obviously playing the ball a little bit, and they get the ball to start off, so it's obviously going to be important the first couple series.
Thanks for your time. Ted?
All right, Jill, here's Ashton Davis on the Cal run back. And he does cross the 20-yard line. All right, so Yogi, I'm going to look at one number here. Cal had, between its 2 running backs, 17 run plays in the first half, 54 rush yards.
Yeah, this defense of Arizona has been incredibly impressive. Flying to the football, you look at Tony Fields, Colin Schooler, variety of players, and now on the defensive line, they get Parker Zellers back from a targeting penalty a week ago. So the depth on the defensive line giving Cal a lot of issues in the run game for them right now.
And for Cal, I think a tone, clearly it's always a tone setter, but an important one here to start the second half. They've yet been able to prove they can stop Arizona. Yeah, here's the amazing thing. If you play a first half, if you went in the locker room when you were coaching at halftime, your team had run 40 plays, and you were 6 of 9 on third downs, you'd be feeling pretty good, wouldn't you?
You'd be feeling pretty good. I mean, bottom line, I think for both of these teams, there's been some unforced errors. Arizona hasn't been able to take advantage of the turnovers, turn them into points. And for Cal, they've struggled with some poor picks.
There's a throw to Wharton for a first down, and that's the point. Cal had 40 plays in the first half. They were 6 of 9 on third downs and only scored 7.
Yeah, I mean, I think for them, Justin Wilcox told Jill right before the half, we just got to play better. Bottom line, protect the football. And I think for them, they're not good enough right now to have unforced errors. And Arizona is continually gaining confidence with this defense, even amid losing one of their top safeties due to a targeting penalty.
Laird, and a little lane going left. And that's a better first down run for Cal. Laird gets 7.
And you go back and you look at the first half, and similar right here on the run. The offensive line of Cal, they've been able to move the ball, not at will, but been gaining positive yards. If they can find a crease, they need an explosive play. Patrick Laird, he's that type of player in this offense for them.
Laird gets it again, and that will be a first down run, and Laird bangs the turf because he was close to taking that one home.
Well, so often when you lose an offensive lineman like they did, Patrick McCarry, their left tackle, you got to gel as an offensive line. You're seeing on this first drive a commitment to the run game inside. Ryan Gibson, your left guard, having his way the last 2 snaps.
And McMorris again in that game, big 99, trying to pull and lead the way, but Laird this time could not pick his way past the line of scrimmage. Connolly was in there for Arizona, so was Flanagan Fowles from the secondary.
Flanagan Fowles has been an impressive player. Wallace, he's been impressive stepping in. Keep in mind, last week it was Kwesi Meshack at the safety. They lose Troy Young early in this ball game. He's played well.
To Noah in the middle, and he's inside the 25.
A really nice job, Ross Bowers right there. Teddy recognizes that nobody's covering Kanawai Noah. Quick snap. DeAndre Miller, he goes out to the flats. Nobody's in the seam. Easy pitch and catch. One of the few times we've seen Arizona bust a coverage this evening.
Looking, and Wharton being blanketed. Good coverage there by Lorenzo Burns. Lorenzo says, yeah, that's right.
But that's a miss. That's a miss from Ross Bowers. He and Malik McMorris wide open. You'll see him right down the middle. Nobody's going to be there. Nobody's going to be there.
Oh, wow.
It's touchdown.
Is that a predetermined throw by the quarterback?
I think so. I think he's not reading it. You're taught to read inside out. To me, he's going up to one of his favorite targets down the sideline.
But he's just decided that's where he's going with it.
Exactly.
And let his guy make a play. But it's a great call. McMorris has a walk in there. And Weary now comes in to run, and Arizona bottles that up. So only a couple there for Vic and Weary. And now Bo Baldwin has to dial up a little tougher third down. They've been so good, 6 of 9, or 7 of 10, excuse me. But now you're 3rd and 8.
It's going to be impressive to watch and interesting to watch what Arizona does to Bo Baldwin right now and Kanawai Noah. They've double-teamed him at times on critical downs and distances.
And Laird is tight to the line on the right. He's almost as a slightly split tight end. He stays in a chip block. Bowers now has a man, and it's held by Noah. Well, Bowers finding his man. Yogi's difference maker, Kanawai Noah, 1st and goal, Cal.
Well, it's a beautiful job of Ross Bowers, understanding there's going to be pressure from that defensive front. There's a twist up front. Great job by that O-line of Cal. Climbs the pocket and finds Kanawai Noah. Again, I really think for Ross Bowers and this Cal offense to have success, whether it's a play like that develops a little late or a play that can be a quick hitter, working in between the hashes is going to be his best friend throughout the majority of this second half.
All right, the only wide out here, Jordan Duncan to the bottom. Off the play, there's McMorris for the Cal touchdown. Now the play they ran last week from the 1-yard line. This time they got McMorris from the 8. But he flares to that left corner. Nice play design. Good Cal touchdown.
First time in this personnel grouping, the heavy set, they ran that play, and they went after Jarius Wallace. Third string safety, came in for Troy Young. First time he's seen that in his career. All of a sudden, corner route touchdown.
All right, Matt Anderson puts through the point. First touchdown for Malik McMorris this year. And a much-needed score for Cal. All right, our Pac-12 football presented by Valvoline from Berkeley. And, well, Cal did what it needed to on offense. First drive, second half, 13 plays. There it is for 79. And they finish the second career touchdown for Malik McMorris. He made a beautiful toe tap catch on the sideline of practice the other day. I mean, as if it was, Des Bryant or somebody like that doing it. All right, a little dribble kick here by Cal that's covered short, but Arizona's going to get a drive start up by the 28. All right, Tate pulls the ball down, hits Walma, his tight end, and that's about 10 on first down.
Going to be really interesting to watch Arizona in this half early on try to loosen up the overhang outside linebacker type players of Cal with plays just like that to Walma in the flat.
Good wrap up there on Zach Green. So we can only assume again through the actions Nick Wilson is not coming back tonight. And actually, pretty good reason. He's in street clothes in the locker room. I guess that means he's not coming back.
That's a big loss. And even for Cal, curious, haven't seen Cameron Bynum in a little while as well at the corner.
All right, Tate going to try to throw. Now he's going to run. Got back to the line of scrimmage plus a couple. But Cal contained him.
Big opportunity for an explosive play. There's Shun Brown. He's literally going to run right down the middle of the field. Protection breaks down. Nice job of putting pressure on Khalil Tate, forcing now a 3rd and 6 conversion.
Cal running Elijah Hicks, who is a freshman from Long Beach. Hicks is running at one corner and Franklin at the other. All right, Tate needs 5. He's going for the big shot. Going for the big shot to Brown. He's got 6 from 6. Khalil Tate, explosive with the legs and there with the arm.
Well, it's Shun Brown and Deron Brown. You're going to see Deron Brown at the safety position. Here's Shun Brown. He's going to run right on his toes and then literally, Ted, just run away from him. It's an impressive job of utilizing the speed. Again, turns around a little bit, but not enough of a fake to make it that dramatic in my eyes. And the way that Cal said, we want Khalil Tate to beat us, well, he just did.
Longest pass play for Shun Brown this year, 56 yards. And the extra point kick through. Well, it's October. Football and baseball mesh. These are the equivalent of 3-run homers. Arizona's hit a couple of them tonight. Well, Arizona has, again tonight, unleashed a different offense. Explosive plays. Look at that. 2 of them for touchdowns, a 76-yard run by Tate, and that 56-yard pass to Shun Brown. And so Arizona's playing the kind of football tonight that the guy that we all know, he was a fabulous coach in this conference, Chip Kelly, the kind of offense that he ran at Oregon from one standpoint after this run back by Davis. And Davis gets through the first wave. And Ashton Davis, a good kick returner. Just the great track standout, runs that out to about the 45 of Cal. Rudd coming up the middle. Bowers throws middle, but receiver Noah did not turn for the ball.
I tell you what, first down has been really fun to watch Marcel Yates try to scheme up Ross Bowers. If Arizona, they believe they can get Cal in 2nd and long, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, they're going to struggle there. Done a really nice job disguising that blitz. It looks like there might be 5, maybe 6. All of a sudden, it does happen on that snap. Previous downs, they've dropped guys into coverage.
Yeah. It feels like they sense that a little pressure will help them limit Bauer's effectiveness, and where he gets about 3. So Cal's going to face a long third. And the other trend, and these are trends that the teams all know, is that in the pass game this year, Bowers has not been effective throwing right.
Yep.
And we saw that out route early in this possession that he missed to the sideline. There goes Laird. And Bowers going to come to this side. Nice grab. And that's first down. So a good job there. Just past the sticks was Singleton. Brandon Singleton.
This is a really nice job of Ross Bowers working inside out. You'll see kind of, I know, he's going to take 2 defenders. Then Brandon Singleton, he's man-to-man coverage. Ross Bowers works inside after a poor snap. Out. Perfect. That's where your eyes need to go, because that's the true progression of the route combination. Keep an eye on 99 Malik McMorris.
And he's trying to lead the way as a blocker for Laird, but Arizona tonight has to be, in the last 2 weeks again, Colorado and UCLA both had good run nights against Arizona. Cal has not had it tonight.
Yeah, this defensive front, they've been stout. You see them utilizing their hands inside. That's a really nice job up front. Justin Belknap. Parker Zeller's coming back. You know, the tough part about the targeting, Ted, is you got to stay in the locker room for the entire first half. So you're there just kind of warming up, watching your team play.
The worst part of that, listening to us. So now the long second, and Bowers getting hammered, fires it up, but too far, and flags down. Well, that's your, in essence, a free play. Bowers is about to get crushed for a loss. He just wings it to the corner for Noah. Down.
Well, man-to-man coverage, simple corner route. You know it's coming.
Pass interference. Number 3, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. That's an automatic first down.
And it's a tough call, but you teach your receiver, if you can't get, if the ball's not thrown to you in the corner, just jump back in the defender on one of those fade routes, and they're going to call it every time.
Wallace just kept going, and as a result, that was another flag that was forced. You had to throw that one. And so it is first and goal for Cal at the 4. And Bowers took a pretty good smack from Tony Fields.
I'll tell you what, he'll stand in the pocket. He's missed some easy throws tonight, but the toughness of Ross Bowers isn't going to be questioned.
Bowers keeps it, and he'll get in. No leap needed.
They started the game off with an option play similar here. They fake the dive. Bowers keeps it to himself around the edge. And I like it. He went with 2 feet there at the end.
Yep.
He didn't take off, but
he sticks that landing, though. That was nice.
He stuck the landing in
tuck
deep.
and roll, and then the landing's perfect. Well, California has put 2 drives together to start the second half, both touchdowns. Now the question is, can their defense find a way to stop Arizona? Hasn't happened yet. But Bowers brings the Bears back within 7. Well, the only thing that's been wrong tonight with the Cal offense were the 2 interceptions in the first half. They've moved the ball. As Justin Wilcox said at halftime, it's followed through in this third quarter. Now this game is clearly about the matchup we thought at the very beginning. It's the Arizona offense and its explosiveness against a much better Cal defense. So far, the Arizona offense is winning that battle.
You're exactly right, Ted, and it's been those explosive plays that hurt Cal. This fourth quarter, Ted, is going to be about the mastery of specific situations for both of these offenses, and if Cal can get even one stop of Khalil Tate.
During the timeout break, Cal won 5 last year, Arizona only 3, so 5 by the middle of October is a step forward for either program tonight. Quick fire, it's Ellison, and he's upended. So Tony Ellison with his first catch tonight. Bynum back in the game for Cal makes the tackle.
Yeah, the Cal Bears, they now come back with their first team back end with Bynum, Allensworth, Hawkins, and Ashton Davis on the touchdown pass given up in the third quarter. It was the second string DBs. Be interested to see if they roll with this group the rest of the way.
Khalil Tate didn't run very much in the third quarter, but he did throw the 56-yard touchdown to Shun Brown. Oh, tried to keep it there, but Cameron Good was on him, and that's a minus. So there, Cameron Good had Tate.
Cameron Good, Jalen Hawkins. You'll see him come off the edge. Jalen Hawkins 6 at the bottom of your screen. He goes right to the point. If Khalil Tate was going to keep it, he'd have to turn it back inside. Cameron Good approaches it from inside out. It's a textbook in stopping the zone read. And now, Cal, this is exactly what they wanted. It's just the first time all night. 3rd and long for Khalil Tate.
Yep, 3rd and 13. You see how few third downs Arizona's had. So 4 receivers for Tate. And they're going to set up an inside screen, broken up. Wasn't going to get there anyway. Tevin Paul got his hands on the pass.
They set up the inside screen to play Arizona's run since Rich Rod arrived on campus. Feel a little bit of the energy now. Big stops for this Cal defense. Haven't had a stop.
That's it. First one in a while. First punt in a while. First punt since the first quarter by Arizona. And that's a low line drive that didn't change the field position as Arizona would have wanted. It'll be Cal starting at the 20. And a chance to drive the field for a tie. Yeah, big plays for Arizona tonight. Cal has marched the field. They've had 2 full field drives in the second half for touchdowns. Now Bowers tries to engineer another that could tie the game. 12. Here comes extra men on the edge. Middle shot caught. So Cal takes advantage. And Jordan Duncan with the catch for the first down.
Well, they work the slots again, get bailed out by that PI, and all of a sudden 3rd long turns into 1st down. And again, Ted, I really think this game, if Cal's going to win it, they got to win in between the hashes. I think that's where they have an advantage against the overhang players, the safety specifically. Jarius Wallace playing his first meaningful minutes here.
That's a huge get out for Cal on a 3rd and 12. Quick to Vesey, trying to use his size there, but Arizona good to the ball. 2-3 men. And Vesey gets some yardage, but it'll be a 3-yard gain. So now back to play at 2nd and 7 for Cal. Screen. Laird shifts the ball to his left, and he gets what should be a first down. Yes, the mark will be to the 47 of Cal. One open field shot there by Whitaker, and Laird got by him. And now it's Laird that doesn't get right up.
A screen to the left, utilizing some athleticism. And one of the biggest playmakers on this team, and I think for Cal to win this game, Kanawai Noah, Malik McMorris, 2 of the bigger playmakers that are remaining on the field and available.
I'm staying in here to pass protect. Ooh, Bowers, nice job. And then just launches one, takes the incompletion. Nice little shiftiness by Bowers.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if I'm Arizona, I'd keep pressuring. I'd keep bringing heat. When you drop guys, Ross Bowers been able to pick you apart just a little bit, just enough to keep drives going. But when they bring a 5th defender, it looks like they're coming from one side, and all of a sudden it's Schooler from the other side, or Brandon Ruck from another side. To me, right now, I'm trying to put as much heat to get the ball out of Ross Bowers' hand.
I'm with you, Yogi. It sure feels like the pressure for Arizona tonight has helped much more than hurt.
They've had their number, and again, shifting on the Cal offensive line.
Only 3 this time, and there's the quick hit, and a first down at Singleton. Well, that's a nice way to erase the drop. Singleton with the catch, first down at the 25.
Well, it's great bounce back from Singleton. Another slant route against Burns. Perfect spot throw. It's going to be contested all night long.
How many rushed there?
3. Exactly.
And almost a 20-yard play.
I think you got to keep bringing heat. The bottom of your screen, you see DeAndre Miller. They like bringing somebody else with him from that side. Laird, can he break past the line? He did.
Although Burns had enough. Burns slowed him. Otherwise, Laird might have gone to the end zone.
Well, this drive's been interesting, right? I mean, Arizona, they've had their way on early downs, but when it's been critical, Cal's made plays, whether it was the conversion on the previous play to Singleton or just fighting for a couple more yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Talking about making plays. Cal is 12 of 15 on 3rd downs tonight.
Ridiculous.
Of varied distances. Look at that room for Laird. Laird! Touchdown! Finally, a little running success, and this is a great bounce by Patrick Laird.
Well, we're going to make sure to see if he got in there. It's going to be tight. You're going to take another look at that. But this is Patrick Laird willing this team on the previous 2 runs.
Yeah. All right, touchdown is confirmed. Tying extra point attempt coming from Matt Anderson, senior, who will likely this year become the all-time leading scorer in Cal football history. Doug Bryan currently holds that mark, was a longtime NFL kicker. And Cal has had 3 length of field touchdown drives in the second half, but we've got a tie game with 10:36 to play. And there's Johnson getting banged shy of the 20-yard line. Good cover by Cal. You feel the momentum. Tardable safety in on that hit for the kick cover team. All right, let's see if Khalil Tate can reignite this Arizona offense. Zach Green. And again, he is the 3rd running back for Arizona, playing most of the game tonight. Injury, Nick Wilson, and disqualification, targeting foul on J.J. Taylor.
So here's the phrase. Cal needs to force Arizona to bleed him out. Just put a big drive together. They're going to play man coverage the rest of this game for the most part and say, all right, if you can beat us throwing the football, Khalil Tate, congratulations, you can beat us. But they're going to try to make sure he does not win with his legs.
Looking for Ellison, got him. Boy, Tony Ellison had a great break from his slot position. Man, he got off the line remarkably timed with the snap and had himself open for a first down.
Well, he'll be on the right side of your screen. You're exactly right. Times up the snap beautifully. Finds a little hole right there inside the defense, inside of Cameron Good. Khalil Tate, they're going to win this ball game. Remember, he was in a close game against Colorado a couple weeks ago. Cal is trying to force him. Be they win, it's going to be because of his arm.
Green takes it to midfield. Tate has completed 7 passes tonight. He's 7 out of 10 for 106. The 1 big touchdown to Shun Brown. 10 passes. So last Friday night here, that would be 1 drive for Luke Falk, right?
Yeah,
10 passes
easily. If he didn't throw a pick, because this Cal defense is all over
in the 4th quarter. That's the story tonight.
But look at Khalil Tate. He's so calm. You go back to watch him in high school at Sarah High School in Southern California. Loved big stages, loved big moments. Here he is in his home state against Cal. Can he lead his team to victory with 8:20 left?
Fake to toss. Tate trying to keep. No. So Cal's defense, Kanashik on that play. And Yogi, do you see anything? There's clearly been some adjustment by Cal to stop Tate's running.
Well, they're literally making sure that he's not going to beat him. So they're saying, okay, if you're going to give it to your back, that's fine. Notice Zach Green not in the ball game, primary ball carrier. They think that it's Khalil Tate. They play their gaps. They fit it. That's a play. Arizona had success multiple times a week ago against UCLA.
So now 3rd down. Arizona needs 8. Here comes a rush off the edge. Garen Brown. And Tate whips it up the field. What a catch! First down, Arizona, inside the 30. Poindexter, Sean Poindexter, 5th-year senior, first target tonight. What a grab.
Well, he goes up and high points the ball. Looks like he's playing basketball at Arizona. That one will get you fired up. 6'5", 212. Perfect coverage right there in terms of being in the right place, the right time. Is Cameron Bynum, but he just makes the play.
Well, when you have a 6'5" receiver, that's what you do. You throw it up where he's the only one that's going to catch it.
Tell you what, that would get Lute Olson fired up.
Big play. Zach Green on the carry. Well, the Cal defense, as we referenced tonight, they have been magnificent so far this year in limiting explosive plays. And Arizona's offense tonight has struck. That's number 5.
And it's kind of what Arizona's done the last couple of weeks. 21 explosive plays over the last 2 now in 3.5 quarters.
A big one here in this drive, the 25-yard pass from Tate to Poindexter. And now Arizona clearly in field goal range. Green with a run, although Cal knows the Arizona kicker. Pollock missed one at the end of the first half.
And it's interesting you bring that up, right? Arizona played for the field goal at the end of the first half. They didn't open it up with Khalil Tate in the throwing game. Came away with 0 points.
So now the Wildcats need 3.5. 2 tight ends and the running back.
Keep an eye on Bryce Wolma. They love this position group. He's going to be that tight end.
Gonna run Tate. And Tate doesn't get there. Cal runs up beautifully. I believe that's Davis, Ashton Davis, safety, came running up and he made the hit that slowed Tate Allensworth on the finish.
Well, Cal does a nice job. They play that defense where your safeties are close to the line of scrimmage, expecting run. Instant trigger by Ashton Davis. Got his way into the backfield. Critical stop.
36 yards for the lead. And Pollock's kick's going to cook just inside the upright, and Arizona answers. Pollock's field goal, 5:07. And the Cats are up 3. Ooh, very short kick. Short and high and covered, so no real run back, but Cal starts out at its 27. Laird back to work. Well, we talked to Bo Baldwin yesterday about this, about the number of runs, not just the yardage, but the number of runs. And how that often translates to winning a game because it's a commitment to the game, and Cal has stayed with it, and maybe now it's starting to pay off.
Well, we saw in that last drive, 2 runs from Patrick Laird, kept that drive going, obviously punched one in for a touchdown, and there was a ton of time left in this ballgame, so no rush for Bo Baldwin, just run your offense.
Laird grinds it for a few more. That's the 36th run play for Cal tonight. Arizona's had 41. That's closer than we would have thought.
Yeah, and I think for Arizona, what they have to keep doing is adding an extra defender into the box. Bring in somebody extra just to disrupt the timing of the run game. Here now, 5 wides. Just get the ball out of Ross Bowers' hands.
And most offensive coordinators would love that balance you just saw there from Cal. There's Bowers. This is going to wind up being a run play, and a good one. And Bowers has a first down at the Arizona 41.
Bowers flushed out of the pocket, but an impressive job by him, not trying to force anything down the field. A twist inside. In comes DeAndre Miller. Ross Bowers, a dynamic athlete, coming out of the Seattle-Washington era. Understands where the sticks are, moves the chains, gets down, doesn't try to be a hero and force the ball downfield.
We're not long away here from when clock management's going to be an issue for both teams. Laird, ooh, got tripped up. And is the ball out? Covered by Cal. It did come out, and Addison Ohms, the center, covered it. Ooh, and it came out just before, from that view, just before Laird was down. But a fortunate bounce.
Colin Schooler again inside it.
Yep.
Remember, Tony Fields out. Colin Schooler, the true freshman.
Laird on second down, wrapped up there. Flanagan fouls. Cal to the 35, closing in on field goal range. But now again, this clock management issue becomes for both sides. Does Cal want to finish the game on this possession? How does Arizona fight this and see, do we want to make sure we get a possession?
Exactly right, and this is all about the mastery of the situations. Both of these teams are calling their plays from the sideline, but Ross Bauer specifically has to understand the play clock, the game clock, the personnel, making sure they're on the line of scrimmage.
And Wary, now the running back, stays in the block, and Bauer's pass broken up. Intended for Duncan, and that good breakup by Jarius Wallace, the Arizona DB forced into the game in the first quarter.
Textbook by Jarius Wallace.
Well, there's no team in the conference has gone for it on fourth down more than Cal this year. They're 11 of 17 on fourth downs. The second most is Arizona. Here we are, the two most aggressive fourth down coaches in the conference, head to head. And so Matt Anderson, senior from Danville, will try to tie this game. And again, this is it. If he misses this field goal, it's an Arizona win, barring a miracle. The holder is the punter, Dylan Clump. For the tie. Does it have enough? Yes, it does! By a lot.
We had a chance to talk to Justin Wilcox yesterday, Ted, and said, what's your favorite part of being a head coach? He said, making those tough decisions. A week ago, it was before the half, to go for it and get a touchdown. Here it's late in the ball game to kick a field goal to tie it. It's why you're in that chair. It's why you make those decisions. Uses both timeouts that he had remaining. Decides to kick a field goal, tie ball game.
I start.
I will say I like the call. They didn't have consistency, a lot of rhythm on offense. Fourth and kind of medium-esque.
All right, this kick going to come and be downed in the end zone. Now it's Tate trying to use his legs, and he does, and Tate has a first down. So, of course, on the Arizona side, for Rich Rodriguez, it's just what Justin Wilcox went through. He has an idea of what his kicker needs. Josh Pollock, what his range would be. Pollock missed one in the first, made one here in the fourth. Tate keeps. And now he's to the 43. And Arizona has plenty of time here, and they'll use one timeout.
And this is interesting.
That'll allow Tate, after that play, needs time to get up and gather. That's a good timeout call, you would sense, by Arizona when your quarterback's been taken down.
Well, the most interesting part about being an inexperienced quarterback is the time dealing with specific situations.
Looking for the quick throw, not there. Tate can't take a sack and just wings one to the near side and out of bounds. Well, now Arizona's faced a crucial play. It's third down, and they need yardage to even think about a field goal try.
And if I'm Cal, I am bringing pressure. Bring one extra defender. They did it a week ago with the cross blitz inside from Jordan Kanashik and Jaron Brown. One of those are going to have to make a play here.
The homecoming crowd roaring. Cal brings four. Tate lining it up, firing for Poindexter. Intercepted. Ashton Davis running. The hurdler's on his way. And a good track down. And of all people, the receiver, Poindexter, runs down the interceptor. Tate is a little slow getting up, but does. And Cal looked like it went perilously close to the hands of Poindexter.
So close, but keep an eye on Sean Brown the entire time as well. He's going to come open in this area. Khalil Tate, he's going to roll to his right. He's got Brown right there, takes a shot to Poindexter, which I get. He made a play earlier, going up for the jump ball, and you're right, Ted, just a few moments past him, and Khalil Tate took a shot there at the end. Nothing egregious, I didn't think.
All right, Cal has no timeouts, but they're not playing for overtime. Not yet. One shot, Bowers fires it away. You might have to now at 20 seconds with no timeouts. And that's a great view, catch on your part. How close? Wow, pretty close.
It is such a beautiful game, such a game of inches. Rich Rod knows his patience has been tested with such a young team all season. And look, this defense, they made a lot of plays. If Cal's going to go for it here and throw the football, I'm playing man coverage, see if you can make a play on the ball.
Look at this, man. There is no just playing for overtime, although 2 throws here by Bowers that have been safe. He's just throwing them out of bounds. The reality is here, 15 seconds and no timeouts. You're really asking a lot. And you need 30 yards to give yourself a shot.
Yep.
To kick.
I wouldn't be shocked to see a pooch punt here from Ross Bowers, just in case, just to play smart here.
No, I think this is the play. And we'll have overtime. And we will have overtime in Berkeley.
Here we are, overtime, and now this is great. This is great. This is coach's love, because this is about execution for both these teams, and that's what you have to do. Just execute your assignment, period, end of story. 2 teams extremely well coached, 2 young teams in the Pac-12. This one's going to be fun.
Cal's last overtime win, double OT here in that late night game against Oregon last year. Little flip to McMorris. And McMorris takes it down near the first down.
Great play call from Bo Baldwin.
Yeah, and it's a 285-pound guy. Looks good running this play, doesn't he?
Well, he's ran that exact type of route, but he'd be the lead blocker. They don't run it, just put him out the back door. Easy pitch and catch.
And as this half's gone on, it's been Laird as the running back. And look at that, it's great effort. Arizona had that play stuffed, and Laird willed his way to what's going to be a first down. That's good running. That should not have been a first down run. And it's all on the running back.
And they love this big personnel group. Interesting how they stayed in it in this type of game here in overtime. Everything's pretty much tight quarters. They love having Malik McMorris, love having 2 tight ends in the ball game.
Look at Laird picking his way through. Nice job to take it down near the 11. And in the second half, it has been much more of Patrick Laird as the running back, not Vic and Weary.
Patrick Laird, they like his ability to just find little creases. He's done it all second half. And here they are now. They're going to spread out the overhang players of Arizona. Again, Cannavino getting a lot of attention in the slot right here at the top of your screen.
And Laird is in the slot. You see him standing in the 2nd and 6 zone on your screen.
Quarterback draw right here if it's me.
Boy, it's there, isn't it? There it is. And it was close. One big hand for Arizona by Luca Bruno.
Oh, the 50th senior.
You had this, Yogi.
Well, it's been there for a lot of this evening. Luca Bruno with the big play there. Also,
that middle was wide
DeAndre
open.
Miller, yeah. Well, it's a great job of utilizing their personnel.
Yes.
Again, they're going to spread it again and force Arizona to occupy those players again. Cannavino, again, he's been taking 2 defenders with him all evening long.
3rd down. And it's Noah. And he is in. Touchdown. Cannavino. And Cal delivers in the first overtime.
Cannavino, it's simple. He's been working this zone all evening long. The most savvy out of anybody in Cal's offense. And what I love about Bo Baldwin, this drive was about his playmakers. It was Patrick Laird, it was Cannavino, force feed them the ball, and the effort by the captain from Hawaii, Cannavino for 6.
And the first play, the 9-yard pass to McMorris.
Yep.
Extra point kick by Anderson. So now Arizona must answer with a touchdown. The only one they've scored since halftime was the long pass to Shun Brown. Here's the touchdown.
Well, you got to address the loss of Tony Fields inside. You know, that's a zone that he might have been in right there. This is an Arizona defense. They've had an incredible effort all night long. They've lost a lot of players. Scotty Young, Troy Young at the safety positions. Tony Fields. Cal takes advantage of it with their playmakers. And now as the crowd comes alive on homecoming, Ted, what can Khalil Tate do?
And that touchdown pass, the 13th third down conversion, astounding. 13 of 18. Khalil Tate. Zach Green, one play. We go on. Touchdown, Arizona. Pending the point, we go on.
The trust of Khalil Tate. So impressed. He wants the ball. He's a gambler. But you know what? If you're going to take him away in the zone read scheme, he's going to give it. He gives it to Mr. Green and having a career night. Touchdown.
Yes, it is. But of course, it is all now hinges on this kick by Josh Pollock. And Arizona will stay out there. Offense goes right back on the field for the second overtime.
I mean, this is great. All day long, both linebackers, Jordan Kanashik, he thinks Khalil Tate's taking it. The whole stadium thinks Khalil Tate's going to keep the ball in his hands. But the number one element in Rich Rodriguez's offense is playing fast. Trusting your eyes and trusting your reads. Post-snap does exactly that. Hands it to his back. It's untouched until his heel at about the 1-inch yard line.
So again, it is reverse order in the second overtime. So Arizona comes back on offense. Trying to go 3-1 in the Pac-12 South. Arizona State did that today with its attention-getting win at Utah. And Green right to the middle this time. Cal plugs it after 3. USC lost tonight at Notre Dame, but they already had the 4 conference wins, so they still have an edge. But if Arizona survives here, somehow they 3 teams with just 1 loss in the South.
Keep an eye right here on Bryce Wolma, number 81, the tight end at the top of your screen, due to make a play.
Tate pulls it. Tate's looking. Tate escapes. Kept his eyes down the field. And there's 81. Not as drawn up, but it still works. Arizona touchdown. Khalil Tate for a gifted runner, but what does he do here? He keeps his eyes down the field.
That's right, and he follows him. You'll see Wolma, he's open here, and then finally he gets it right there. And Khalil Tate, out the gate in overtime in his career, climbs the pocket, eyes downfield. Usually he runs it and says, nope, let me drop a dart right there.
Wow.
We love this, man. Scott great his ball, man. This is exactly how you want it late in the ball game.
How great is ball. Arizona's run 3 plays in the overtime and scored 2 touchdowns. Yogi Roth is renowned for his how great is ball. Let's watch this again. Great step away. Garen Brown thought he had Tate, but there'll be a million defenders that will live that nightmare when you have an elusive quarterback. You think you have him, and you don't.
Well, look at the pass. I mean, he's so dynamic to make that type of throw. And you saw that as a perfect shot by our crew. So the revolutions on the ball. That's the type of unique arm talent that Khalil Tate has.
To the bottom, you see Vesey is out there by himself. Jordan Vesey, a big-bodied receiver. See where Bowers is going here. He's going up top. And to the end zone, just missed. Ooh, that looked good with Kanavainoa going against Lorenzo Burns.
Well, it's a bunch formation. Lorenzo Burns. What a play, falling off of Vic Inweri.
That's great.
Perfectly thrown ball, perfect timing. This corner continues to evolve. The redshirt freshman.
Yep. Tied for the team lead in tackles coming in tonight, but a brilliant pass breakup. Second down. Laird bounces, and Cal's still alive. Gonna be first and goal. So Laird, second big run he's had doing that.
Well, Marshawn Lynch, he'd like this one. Look at the stiff arm right here against Brandon Rutt. See ya. That's called the weight room right there. Gets a little help from his offensive line down the sideline.
So 1st and goal for Cal.
Again, watch the slide by number 99, Malik McMorris.
Oh, Arizona pounding there. First man in was Derek Bowles. Almost 300-pounder that flew into the backfield.
Everybody playing so hard. Laying everything out that they got. Derek Bowles, the transfer from Boise State. Defensive line trying to make anything happen inside. Parker Zellers missed the first half.
And here is Cal's 94th play.
Again, number 9, Kanawai Noah in the slot.
Inside screen to Wharton. Picks his way to the 2. Close to it. It's 3rd down. So a good comeback play on 2nd down.
When you see Ryan Gibson just getting a hand on him. Bowles, what a great job of retracing. Meaning starting at the defensive line, retracing his steps and just hustling, doing everything he possibly can.
2 tight ends. McMorris left, Wells right. Going to give it to Nwere. He doesn't get in. So we're going to be down to 1 play. As it was for Cal in regulation on Anderson's 52-yard field goal. 1 play, win or lose. And here it comes. See Duncan coming in as a wide receiver. McMorris is still in. And a quick snap, and it's a give to Nwere. Does he drive it in? Did he? Yes, he did. What effort. Arizona stopped him. Absolutely stopped him, and Nwere willed his way into the end zone. Now the question is, does Cal go for the win? That's what you saw, some scrambling. But look at this, Arizona stopped him.
What a great effort.
That is great by Nwere.
By Nwere, the senior.
He's had that feel on the sideline right here, and he's going for it. So this appears to be the game-ending play.
Don't be surprised again to see quarterback draw. It's 5 wide receivers. I think it's there. Kanawai Noah is his favorite target at the slot at the top of the screen.
And look at it's layered all the way at the bottom. So this is the last play of the game. Cal going for the win. It is broken up. Arizona. Colin Schooler saves the day. And the Cats bear down. Well, ball is a little bit better for Arizona right now.
What a game. What a play to finish it by the true freshman Colin Schooler. And it's that game of inches. Ross Bowers tosses it up to Jordan Duncan. For a moment there, you thought he had it.
Great finish there. You have a linebacker guarding a receiver, but Schooler stayed with the play and broke it up at the end. Khalil Tate had a 76-yard touchdown run in the first half. He threw a long touchdown pass in the second. But you said this, he's just a baller, Yogi.
He's a gamer. Some guys, when the lights come on, they want the ball in their hands. That's exactly what he's done. The Pac-12 and the country's on notice. Khalil Tate in Arizona, they're for real.
And there are 3 teams with just 1 loss in the Pac-12 South.